Hello everyone, I'm Julia. Today I want to introduce you to a truly unique oolong tea called Oriental Beauty. What a lovely name, right? It's also known by other names like champagne oolong, white tip oolong, or pengfeng tea. First, let's take a look at the dry leaves. They are a beautiful mix of colors: green, white, red, brown, and yellow. High-grade Oriental Beauty has visible white tips, which is why it's so called white tip oolong. As you might already know, oolong tea is partially oxidized. Oriental Beauty is one of the most heavily oxidized oolongs. Its oxidation level can reach 75 to 80%. It's so interesting as its flavor is actually close to black tea, but it's richer and more refreshing. The most amazing thing about Oriental Beauty is its unique fruity honey aroma with some floral note. Many people fall in love with it at first sip. So why does Oriental Beauty taste so incredibly special? Well, it all comes down to a tiny little insect called the tea leaf hopper. You know, in nature, plants have come up with some really clever ways to protect themselves from all sorts of stress. And tea plants are no different. During the summer months from June to July, when temperatures rise, tea leaf hoppers come out to feed on the tender leaves, and in response, the tea plant goes through a whole bunch of biochemical changes to defend itself. If you have a look, you will see that the tea leaves that have been damaged by the tea leaf hoppers turn purple and red. So what on earth happens after the leaf hoppers suck the leaves? I have a dig around on Google Scholar and collected a few research papers. I found the answer in one of the studies published on Food Frontiers. Through sensory evaluation, the research does prove that the leaves damaged by leaf hoppers are less bitter and astringent, and they have this really obvious fruity and honey-like aroma. And there are some good reasons for this. First of all, the total catechin content decreases, especially esterified catechins, which are the main source of bitterness and astringency in tea. And some of the catechins oxidize to form tea flavors. So this can explain the reduction of bitterness and astringency of Oriental Beauty. Besides, the leaves start to produce more volatile aromatic compounds, especially alcohols like linalool and geraniol. These are what give Oriental Beauty its unique ripe fruit and honey aromas. It's like a little scientific magic trick, right? And here's another great thing. Because the tea's unique flavor actually depends on the leaf hoppers, there's no need for pesticides. So it's a really healthy and safe choice for tea lovers. Besides, the harvesting and processing of Oriental Beauty are also unique. It's plucked as one bud and two leaves, which is really tender compared to other oolongs. The withering process takes longer, and during shaking, the leaves are often stirred. But what really makes it stand out is the extra 3 hours of oxidation. That's what makes Oriental Beauty the most heavily oxidized oolong tea. So it's such a special tea. If you ever get the chance to try it, don't miss out. I'm sure it will surprise you. So that's all for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Next time I will bring more interesting teas.